Pod Me If You Can is brought to you by The Glove by Australian author David Farrell. Head to facebook.com/theglovebook for more information.
Welcome to Pod Me If You Can. I'm David Farrell. Today on the show, the film is Dead Girl, which, here it is, 1996. It's part of this two-pack, though, with Dream a Little Dream 2, with Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. So it's the smaller on the packaging, as you can see. Dead Girl is from 1996, and it has Val Kilmer and Famke Janssen in it.
Pardon me if you can. Movie reviews.
Ari Rose, played by Adam Coleman Howard, is an unsuccessful actor. He falls for a beautiful woman named Helen Catherine, aka Hellcat, played by Anne Paraloud. Ari winds up strangling her to death when she rejects him. Ari then takes the dead girl home, has sex with her corpse, and comes to believe that she is alive. Val Kilmer plays Dr. Dark, an odd psychiatrist that is treating Ari. Well, it is a weird, surreal, odd sort of movie. And imagine if I just described that to you and said, hey, it's Friday night. What should we watch? Should we check out the new superhero movie? Or perhaps should we watch Dead Girl? Dead Girl, the movie where a guy kills a girl and then keeps her body around as a corpse and Weekend at Bernie's style pretends she's still alive. So Adam Coleman Howard, the main actor in the film, who's not very well known, has very little on IMDb, he wrote and directed this film Dead Girl. And apparently this movie was an experimental production and was not intended as a commercial theatrical release. And what's interesting is this DVD was never released in the US. So in Australia, I haven't seen a standalone version of this, but you can see that it's been tacked in with another film, and that seems to be the only way to get it moving. There are scenes where he's sitting in a theatre saying why, over and over, louder and louder, until someone in the theatre tells him to shut up, and he comes off as really crazy. It's almost the metaphor for this film, but this film has a little more to it. He tries to get the phone number of Helen Catherine, and says if you don't give it to me, I'll kill you, which is what happens. The film is edited like some kind of fever dream, so at times he sits up in bed, or a loud noise wakes you up, or turns his head, and the editing is sporadic and doesn't give you a real handle on whether or not what is happening is real. This takes Weekend at Bernie's to a whole new level. He takes her dead head and nods it to agree with him. He puts food in front of her, pretending that she's going to eat it. She's always collapsing off the chair she's in, or sliding down the wall he leans her against. Also, he puts her in the bathtub and uses her arms to splash him, and things like that. This is, he keeps her around for a really long time and keeps having sex with her corpse too. This is some kind of necrophilia porn at times, and that's a strange demographic to cater your film to. There's scenes where he's washing her and putting makeup on her, and I mean, it might feel like Lars and the Real Girl at times, except she's obviously a real person. There's an actress playing this, and he lugs her around like a doll. One of the weird things is that within this universe, other people treat her as if she's alive. There's no rigor mortis happening, and when she's sitting down with him at like an outdoor cafe, some people sit with them, and he just says she's tired when she doesn't talk. But it escalates even more to the point where he puts her in a wheelchair and wheels her into an audition, and she says nothing, doesn't move, and gets the part. Some people throw her out of a diner because they think she's a junkie. He says to her, "Are you going to talk to me, or am I supposed to read your mind?" And he says things like, "You're so fucking cold," which might just be the corpse nature of her existence. The film, to its credit, is shot in a really interesting way. I found the cinematography very engaging, and there's a lot of scenes that are quite memorable just for the way they're shot. The film itself feels like it's a bit off the wall, and obviously wasn't made for a commercial audience. Also, when you see him as an actor within the film, he is not a good actor at all, and he's rubbish, but he's sort of delusional about it. And when he goes to see casting directors with her, she's great doing nothing. So it's sort of a commentary on the Hollywood system. And he says, "You're so beautiful, you're going to make me a star." Anne Paraloud, who was in La Femme Nikita, is the corpse in this, the dead girl, the title character, sure. But I feel like she's a really good sport to do this. I don't know how it was pitched in terms of, hey, I'm going to make this film that will never be released and is not for commercial audiences, want to be in it. She's a good sport to do it because she really, does partial nudity, gets lugged around, has to be completely still. It's an interesting performance from her. But again, I would have liked to have known who pitched this to her and why her agent said yes. Val Kilmer, playing Dr. Dark, is an odd character. He slaps himself in the face saying, girlfriend, mother, and there is no difference. Now for Val Kilmer, this film came out between Heat, 1995, and The Saint, 1997. And I know it wasn't released in the US, but again, who is agreeing to be in this film, for Val Kilmer's sake? Did he want to do this? Did his agent want to do this? To his credit, though, it isn't the biggest part, and it does feel like he could have shot the entire thing in one day, in one room, with a handful of outfit changes. He's just the psychiatrist, sitting for a few scenes, and it's not an acting stretch for him. Actor Seymour Cassell has a small role as an agent, and Famke Janssen appears as Treasure in a very brief cameo with one line. Now I spotted who I think might be Clark Gregg from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I don't know if this is him, but I'd like a second opinion in the comments if you can. And they have worked together before, the lead actor and Clark Gregg, so I thought he might have been playing this cameraman here. Also, Terry Hatcher apparently had a passerby walking role, but I didn't see her. So this is listed as a comedy on IMDb, and maybe that's because of its farcical nature and the way it sort of pokes fun at the Hollywood system, that a dead girl could become the lead actress in a big Hollywood movie. I didn't really enjoy the film. It's more of an independent drama than anything, and experimental, weird, not for the mainstream audience. I'm glad I saw it, but mostly for the cinematography.
Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Check out our podcast at www.podmeifyoucan.com.